For as long as I can remember, I've played basketball. I've played it my whole life. Loved it. It's brought me a lot of happiness and a lot of sadness in my life. When I was in high school, I made the varsity team as a sophomore. It was a great accomplishment. It was something I worked really, really hard for. And I actually was able to start a majority of the games throughout the season. It was going really well, besides one thing, my free throw shooting. For some reason, every time I went to shoot a free throw, I made 1 out of 2. I don't know what happened. My whole life I had been a good free throw shooter, but I just couldn't get it figured out. And so my coach one day got pretty upset with me, and he called me out on it. I was like, I've got to change this. So my mom, being the wonderful mom she is, took me to the church and shot free throws with me. We just shot and shot and shot. And she told me to do something every single time I go up to the free throw line, and that was to say, I will make this. I will make this. I will make this. And repeat this over and over again in my head. So that's what I did. And I became a very good free throw shooter. By the time my junior year hit, I ended up hitting 44 in a row throughout the season. Became one of the best free throw shooters in the state. I broke all my high school's state records for free throw shooting until the end of my junior year. We were in the state tournament, and we were playing Post Falls. We were up by 1 with 14 seconds left, and they fouled me. And I was very confident. I was like, I'm going to make these both. We're going to go up by 3, and we're going to win the game. But I missed them both. And Post Falls ended up taking it down the court on the very next possession and scoring and winning the game. So we lost the game, and I was heartbroken. I had never been so sad in my life. The next day in the newspaper, it mentioned my misses 3 different times. It showed a picture of the reaction that my bench had, of all of them just covering their eyes or just looking up to the heavens. I think they were just in as much shock as I was. And I started to weep. I have not cried that hard very often in my life, and I know it's just basketball, but for those of you who are athletes, you know the type of passion and love and effort that goes into each game that you play. And I remember sitting across the table from my mom, and she just started to cry with me. And we got up, and I gave her a hug, and as we were hugging, she just looked at me and said, I'm not crying because you missed those free throws. I'm crying because I hate to see my son so sad. And that was a powerful moment for me, not only knowing that my mom loves me, but just the desire to be better. So I didn't have to feel those feelings again. So I worked and worked and worked and worked, and it was really cool because throughout my senior year, kind of the same thing. I had very high amounts of success from the free throw line, but in the state tournament my senior year, I ended up actually making 2 free throws to send us into overtime, and we won the game. And then I had also made 2 free throws to actually even put us into the chance to make it to the state tournament earlier in the year. And so it was kind of cool to see kind of the difference, and I know a lot of it was from my mom. She taught me to be positive. She taught me to use positive affirmations as I go to the free throw line, and that's carried over into different facets of my life, and I continue to use those today.